you.
Oh, who do you want, Robinson Crusoe?
I was dreaming.
Yeah, I guess so. Obviously not about me.
But you and I were the only ones on this island. How did Rafe get all the way to the South Seas?
Well, you tell him to get out of your dreams and go back to his wife.
I tell him that every night. He doesn't listen. You been awake long?
Ever since I had that nightmare about Angela.
Must be something in the air.
See, it's different with you. You love Rafe. I'm haunted by Angela in my dreams, and I don't even care about her. What?
I'm just wondering, Ted, is it me you're lying to or yourself? Oh, look at this. Wow.
Well.
Oh, it's wonderful. Ken, it's
Really?
Look at this. I love it. And to think that you did it all by yourself.
Oh, not all by myself, but I did think it was important that this place have something of me in it. It just didn't feel right moving into a place where you'd been living without me.
I wasn't living here. I was existing. I was just sitting around waiting for something wonderful to happen, and something wonderful happened. I found you.
Yes, you did. And now,
Yes.
are you ready for the grand tour?
Yes, I am. You just lead the way.
All right. Sophia! Don't move.
Cruz wanted me to take care of BJ. Instead, I've ended up devastating her.
She wanted to hear the truth, and you told her.
Maybe I should have made something up. Or refused to answer her at all.
Kelly, if she wasn't ready to hear the answer, she wouldn't have asked the question.
Skylar, she doesn't have any recollection at all of what happened that night, so it probably could have been done in a better fashion. Instead of, guess what? That dress you wore the night Frank was murdered, where it was had gunpowder all over it. And you know that soap that was found on the murder weapon? Well, it was discovered in a motel room that only you occupied that night.
I think you handled it with a lot of compassion and sensitivity. There's no perfect way to tell somebody something like that.
It's just ironic. Cruz left so that BJ wouldn't experience this kind of pain, and now it's happening anyway. Maybe you're wrong about him. Maybe he'll come back if he knows that BJ's been arrested.
I told you what I think about that. He won't come back because he knows he'd have to testify
You
against
don't know
her.
that for sure, though. Maybe he'll think he should support his daughter when she testifies, and it's worth the risk.
Maybe you have a choice to make here, Kelly. Do you waste your life waiting for one of your maybes to come true? Or do you start trying to make a life for yourself without Cruz?
Warren, I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry, too.
I didn't mean to hurt you.
Hurt me if it helps. But I'm begging you, don't hurt yourself anymore. Can we talk about this without attacking one another?
I don't see what we have to talk about. I know what you think.
There's only one thing that you need to know. Are you listening to me? Are you?
Yes.
I love you. I want to know the truth, not to prove that you're guilty or to accuse you of anything, but try to find the best way to protect you.
If you love me, why don't you believe me about not killing Frank?
If I answer that question, do I have to worry that you're going to hurl yourself into the ocean because I may say something that you don't like?
I won't do that. I promise.
All right, here's the deal. You didn't spend that time in that motel room under the shower like you said you did.
Warren, I keep telling you.
You said that you were going to listen. Now, listening does not mean pausing until I take a break. It means trying to understand what I'm saying and then respond to it. You led Cruz to the exact spot. The paper said that Frank was killed in the desert, but it didn't specify where. You knew where, which means you'd been there before. Cruz is the one who tested your dress. The one you wore that night. Not Connor McCabe, not some idiot who's trying to make a name for himself, but Cruz Castillo, somebody that loves you very much. There were traces of gunpowder on the dress. The soap that was used to wash the gun that night. It's an exclusive soap. It's made by Indians. They supply it to that little motel. Now, those reasons, and psychological reasons that we don't need to get into right now, can give any human being, especially someone that loves you, reason to believe that you killed Frank. All right, it's your turn.
Well, our little visitor is gone.
I could have been killed.
I don't think so. But he might have bitten you on the neck about right there, and I would have had to suck all the poison out and been a hero just like in the movies.
How did the thing get in here?
It's California. It's a home of scorpions, rattlesnakes, and all sorts of varmints.
Look, I have lived around here most of my life, and I've never had anything like that in my house.
The place has been under construction. The doors have been open. The little guy probably came in and wanted to take a look at the sofa. I don't know. Come on, calm down. Don't think about it. I'm going to take care of you. I promise.
I'm glad I finally have someone that I can rely on.
That's me. Chaser of scorpions, decorator of homes, lover of wives. Make that wife. You're still shaking.
I know I am. I know. I'm gonna get that. I can't. Snakes, spiders. I can't even talk about them. I told you before they scare me to death.
Well, if you mentioned it, I don't remember that, but I'm not going to let something like that spoil our first night together in our new home. Here, take this.
I'm not a pill-taking person. My wine is just fine, thank you.
It's not a drug. It's an herbal thing. It's kind of like a vitamin. I take them all the time to relax. Come on, it'll help you calm down. Come on.
I mean, you know, I don't take pills. I mean, I'm even more afraid of drugs than I am of scorpions.
Like I said, it's not a drug. I've never taken it with alcohol, though.
Oh, good. Now he tells me this is fine. If I'm dancing on the ceiling, pull me down. Would you believe?
I tell you what. I've got a great idea. You come over here. Sit down. Snuggle up with me on the sofa, and I'll keep you grounded. There we go. Now just close your eyes. That's it.
The snuggling part is just fine, Kim, but I'm too nervous to relax.
Just relax and let those little herbs take away the tension. Before you know it, you'll be surprised how quickly all that tension's gone.
Reese! Hi.
Hi, how you doing? Just, well, come on. I mean, it could be worse. I could be here selling brooms or encyclopedias.
Hey, no, I'm sorry. I thought you were the delivery man with my new dining room table.
Are you gonna need 2 tables?
Well, yeah. I'm getting a new one. I hate this one. It's old, and I'm just babbling. Don't listen to me.
I got your message.
Oh. I thought you might like to have this back.
Thanks. Look, about that night, I'm really sorry. That's not like me. It's just that I'd gotten some really bad news that day.
Hey, we had a misery contest. You had just split up with your wife. My lover had just gotten married to someone.
You know, you seem like a really nice lady. Can I give you some advice? Picking up a strange man in a bar can be a really dangerous thing to do.
Probably was the most fun I've ever had since I left Hawaii.
Hawaii? Ah, so you left heaven for this?
Well, I can't be a famous fashion designer at a place where most people wear grass skirts. I did bring back a great recipe for coconut chicken. Are you interested?
Thanks, but like I said, I've got a lot of things I have to do.
Did you say that?
If I didn't, I should have.
Oh. I saw you put your ring in your pocket, not on your hand. Does that have any special significance?
I've been trying to make a new life without Cruz. It's just kind of soon. It doesn't seem to be working out for me somehow.
So, is that what tonight was all about with Connor McCabe? You know, trying to work it out?
Pretty great outfit, huh? I was trying to send a message to McCabe that there's not ever going to be a future for us, that's all.
So why'd you go out with him if your intention was to discourage him?
I was trying to scare him off.
Like I said, it didn't work. Do you like him?
Do I like him?
Yeah.
It's difficult for me to like him because I feel like he's responsible for Cruz leaving.
Oh, okay, so that's what tonight was really about. Cruz.
What's so surprising about that? I mean, everything I do is about Cruz. Everything I think is about Cruz. My whole life is about Cruz. You know, thinking about him when I'm awake, I think about him when I'm asleep. I keep thinking about the night when he left, and I chased the plane. So I fantasize that I have kind of grabbed onto the wing, and I'm holding on for dear life.
Well, you know, that doesn't sound like a fantasy to me. Isn't that what you're doing, Kelly? You're holding on to Cruz. You're holding on to everything that happened before.
What choice do I have? He's gone. And that's what he's left me with.
You know, I gotta tell you something. I've learned something really wonderful about people in my work. They're totally recyclable. You know? I'm serious. I mean, you can be completely empty, completely drained of all feeling and all life. And given time, you can be filled up again with hope, with love. You can start life anew. You know, it's just natural law. Can you trust in that, Kelly?
It's hard for me to trust in that, Skylar. When I see the pain that I see in BJ's eyes. Or I feel the pain that I have in my heart.
Then trust in me. Believe me when I tell you it's true. Will you do that?
You know, Andy, there's a lot more to being married than wearing a wedding ring.
Oh, I was just asking. It really doesn't take a rocket scientist to be able to tell you and Mrs. Reese are having a hard time.
Let's just say that I'm in a real different kind of place right now. So I want to just take things slow and avoid the mistakes.
Are you open to suggestions as to how to go about living your different life?
If you've got some inside information about how to survive a marriage breaking up, I'd love to hear it.
Lose the print shirts.
Excuse me?
A big guy like you shouldn't be wearing print shirts or any kind of suits that have big shoulder pads. You know, otherwise you're going to look like a talking box.
I get it, okay? This is how you start out in the fashion business. You insult everybody until they throw all their clothes away, right?
Give them to somebody that they suit. Now, you, I see more in pocket tees or some kind of unconstructed jacket that's casual but yet sexy and classy.
Sexy, yet classy. I don't think that's me. I don't think I'll be wearing that. You see, I just kind of get up in the morning and grab whatever's on the hanger or whatever Jody set out.
I'll tell you what, then. I'll go shopping with you if you'd like. Then you can number your hangers. You know, these pants with this shirt. A lot of people do that.
Well, I don't think I'm going to be one of those people, you see. You know, it's none of my business, but you must be pretty bored if you have to, like, shop for people and number the hangers, match the clothes. And what did you call me, a talking box?
Yeah, but it is good practice for me, and yes, you're right. I really don't have a lot to do with my time here, and I only know 3 people in town. One of which just dumped me, somebody else who's my boss, and you makes 3.
Maybe it's time to move on. I mean, the man you were in love with did marry someone else.
Please, I'm trying to forget.
I mean, there's no reason for you to hang around here and have your nose rubbed in it when you could just as easily get on a plane and head back to paradise.
I'll leave when the time seems right. And who knows, maybe I'll find something that's worth hanging around town for. So, how are you with a wrench?
A wrench?
A wrench.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty good with a wrench. Why?
Then I have a proposition for you. My sink is making these drips that's driving me crazy. Your wardrobe definitely needs help. I'll trade you a service for a service.
Okay, I got a proposition of my own. I'll fix your goofy sink if you lighten up on my clothes, okay? This just happens to be my favorite shirt.
You tell me how you feel about that in a month, okay? Now, I'll show you my toolbox. Watch it, bud.
Look, Lily, when Katrina broke off our engagement and moved back to Germany, I lost the best thing that ever happened to me.
So why aren't you dreaming of her instead of Angela?
I don't know. I can't control what happens in my
That's
dreams.
my point exactly, Ted. When you're awake, you do have control. Gee whiz. Sweet saintly Katrina left me. I should be devastated. Therefore, I am.
What is this, Psych 101?
I do the same thing, Ted. God, when I'm awake, I tell myself I'm over Rafe. It's at night when I can't hide what's really going on inside my head that he moves in and he takes over.
Okay. I can see where this line of questioning is going, Sigmund.
You dream about her, Ted. Doesn't that tell you something? What's that?
I think we have visitors.
What do you mean, visitors? What kind of visitors? Are we talking an animal here? Do you think maybe it's a goat?
Now, look, I know what you're thinking. But the only place you see cannibals these days is on PBS.
I could eat you alive.
Not unless I get my teeth into you first.
Who said life can't begin at 50?
50. We haven't seen 50 for years and years.
Well, there's one wonderful thing about geriatrics is that you forget those things. Oh, come here, you gorgeous geriatric hunk.
Hi. Hi.
You guys lost at sea, too?
Well, we're old, but we're not senile. It's hard to get lost 100 yards from the shipwreck bar.
Bar? You mean this isn't a deserted island?
Brochure calls it deserted. Honeymooners enjoy the deserted beaches of the Lost Horizon Beach Club in Boratunga. But obviously, you can't take things like that too literally.
Come back to the bar, Ray. It's almost time for the all-you-can-eat buffet. Yeah.
So you think I killed Frank? You think that it is possible that I killed Frank and that I'm lying to you about it?
No.
No, that's not it. I think that something might have happened that you don't remember. Something that you stuck somewhere in your mind. Remember, you told me you used to do that when Frank would force you to do things. You told me that so it would be safe, so it wouldn't hurt you. That's what might have happened.
It didn't.
How can you be so sure?
Because I know.
But how do you know? How can you be so sure?
Warren, I told you that I tucked that away. But I knew all the time what was happening. I was aware of every touch, every word, all of it. I was never very good at blocking out horror. If anything, I remember it all too well. I would have known if I'd killed Frank. Warren, look at me. Listen to me. I've searched my heart. And all of its secret places. And I know that I didn't kill him. I swear it. I couldn't bring myself to kill a man. I know how it looks. And I don't know how to explain away all that evidence. But I know that I didn't kill him. Please, Warren. Just please, please say you believe me.
Boy, it takes a special breed to survive in a wilderness like this.
Well, it's a tough job, but someone's got to do it, I guess. Oh, I hope they can find us a room. I would kill for a shower right about now.
Maybe I'm just a facile, supercilious preppy who thinks with his sex organ. Maybe I should run for president.
Ted, what they put in your drink? What are you talking about?
You told me that maybe the reason that I'm dreaming about Angela, well, maybe it'll tell me something about myself, and that is exactly what it tells me.
Ted, you want to know what I think?
Yes.
I think you never loved Katrina.
See, that's ridiculous. I was gonna marry the girl.
But you didn't love her. You thought you should, but you didn't. And so you figured out a way to get Katrina to break it off with you, and that's where Angela came in.
We're at Psych 201 now.
It was probably a subconscious thing, but it obviously got the job done. Katrina's gone. You're free. And sitting on a semi-deserted island, dreaming of Angela.
I'm a rat.
Uh-huh.
I'm a coward.
Right again. But it's better to be not such a great guy for a minute than marry someone you don't love.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I know I'm right. I got an A in the course. There's just one thing I haven't figured out.
What?
Why? Why, Ted? Why did you tell yourself you wanted to spend the rest of your life with Katrina when you didn't? I guess that's just something you'll have to figure out on your own.
I feel like I'm floating. What are we talking about?
What are we talking about? Let's see. We were talking about our lives together, traveling together,
Yeah.
making love together.
Oh, that's...
You just relax, and I'll be here beside you all night long. I promise. Sophia. Sweetheart?
Where are we going?
I want to go and see Skylar. I want him to help you remember what happened that night.
You don't believe me. Oh, my God, you still think I killed Frank. Well, Skylar can't help me remember something that never happened.
BJ! I believe you.
I believe every word you've said. I do. I promise I do. I don't care about the evidence. I think I know you like I know my own soul, and I swear to you I believe everything you said.
Oh, thank you, Warren. Thank you for believing in me.
Yeah, but there's still some things that happened that night that you don't remember. You didn't stay in that motel, and there's evidence that proves that. Now, we've got to get to Skylar. He's got to help you remember.
No. He still thinks that I'm a killer. I don't want to have anything to do with him.
This isn't just about Skylar, is it? What is it? Tell me.
I don't want to remember what happened that night. I'm afraid. I mean, it must be something really horrible if I'm blocking it out.
Well, you know, there's a big difference from that night to right now. You're not alone anymore. I'm with you. And, you knocked a little sense into me. So whatever you have to face, we'll just face it together, okay?
Oh, God, I'm right out of a textbook. You know why I was trying so hard to love Katrina?
Why?
Because it's what my dad wanted. Well, you think you're immune. You think you're able to make your own decisions, then bam, you look up, and there's your dad. He's pulling the puppet strings.
Your dad always did think Katrina was the best thing since sliced bread, didn't he? But I don't know, Ted. You never seemed to care what your dad wanted before. You always seemed to be like your own man.
See, you're talking in past tense here. Look at me now. I almost married a girl, sweet as she is. Didn't do anything for me. I wasn't attracted to her. And I'm an earthquake man, right? I study earthquakes. I work earthquakes. What the hell am I doing out there drilling oil for my dad? Just making money for it.
Don't knock it. Look who's working for Gina Jeans.
Well, it's a little bit different. Your mom's crazy. My dad wants to be czar. What am I talking about? My dad is the czar. He's got both of his sons marching in time to his music. Mason's favorite pastime used to be tormenting my dad. Now they go to work together and they talk about fluctuations of the market.
Relax. Maybe Mason likes that,
He
Ted.
probably doesn't even know what the hell's happening to him.
What about Angela? That had nothing to do with Cece.
See, you're wrong here, because the last time I saw them together, my dad was all over in the foyer at my house. Now, you get a load of this one, Sigmund. You have a father who's upset with his son because he's not marrying the correct girl. So to get back at his son, he starts seeing the girl that the guy wants.
A, you said your dad didn't know that you and Angela were closer. So he couldn't be hitting on her to get back at you. And B, Ted, you just said Angela was the woman you want. If you want her, that means you care about her. I rest my case. Looks like you could use another drink.
Oh, so much for that idea. Ever had Old Faithful in your kitchen before?
Here, take that off. Let me get you one of my T-shirts.
I don't think we're exactly the same size.
Well, when I work out, I have these big baggy things.
All right. But I'm warning you, if it has a pocket, I'm not putting it on. And I want to let you know I think you intentionally broke that pipe just to get me out of this shirt.
I'm not crazy about this shirt, but I don't hate it enough to flood out my kitchen floor. Maybe we should call a plumber.
I can fix it. Okay, give me that.
Ooh.
All right, no pocket. We're in business.
Here, let me have that. I'll put it in the dryer.
I know you. You're gonna shrink it, aren't you? Just so I can never wear it again? No, I'll do it myself.
Well, no, I'll be right there to assist. That's probably the people downstairs wondering why I'm raining out their living room.
That's not exactly the reception I was expecting.
What a surprise.
I told you I'd find a way to get over here.
Okay, I give up. How do you turn the dryer on?
You feeling any better?
Mm-hmm. I do. I feel better when I talk to you. I'm really sorry. I keep dumping on you.
Oh, don't be sorry. It's not like we're strangers or anything. We know each other quite well.
What are you saying? Like do you mean like in a past life or something?
Yeah, something like that. I mean, it happens all the time. You meet somebody, and from the very start, you feel comfortable. You know, and you feel like you're picking up where you left off, but you don't remember the last time.
That's interesting. I don't know very much about past life stuff, but I mean, I'm just not sure about it. So.
Yeah, it's not important. I think what's more important is the good feeling that we have for each other, the trust we have between us. I mean, I know you're in pain, Kelly, and I just want you to trust me when I tell you that it's going to get better. And if you ever need any help, you can come to me without embarrassment, you know, without any apologies. Because we have this ancient connection.
That is so kind of you. Thank you. I'm so grateful to you. And I'm so grateful that BJ has you in her life, too. Mm.
Yeah, BJ. I wish I could help her, you know. But I can't help her if she doesn't want it.
But I do, Skylar. I want to remember what happened the night that Frank died. Will you help me?
Sophia asked me to come by to see if you have those Armonti papers that she needs to sign.
No. No, but I'll have them first thing in the morning. Ken, this is...
Reese Walker, yeah, we met at the reception for Mike DeAngelis.
Right. Nice to see you again.
Good to see you.
Thanks. Well, I guess I'll be saying good night.
Good night.
Anyway, where were we? Oh, the dryer. Yeah.
That's the guy, huh? The guy who married someone else.
Why do you say that?
Clues? I'm a cop, remember? Now, it's none of my business, and I'm not going to ask you why you're working for the woman that he just married, but I will say this, I don't think it's a very good idea.
Well, it doesn't matter. I'm over him. I'm working on it.
Well, why don't you work on it someplace where you don't have to see him every day? Wouldn't that make more sense?
Look, I love my job, and it's all I have left, and I'm not going to lose it over him.
No job is worth what you're putting yourself through. He found someone else. You should... Listen to me, the expert on love relationships. I act like I'm talking to my daughter or something.
I'm definitely not your daughter.
I want you to take BJ back to that night and find out what happened.
You remember how it was the last time, don't you, BJ? It won't be pleasant.
I'm not afraid. Warren will be there with me.
And you know that if you remember something that you don't want to, you won't be able to put that memory aside.
I want to know the truth, whatever it is.
All right. Let's go back to the clinic.
Good luck. Thanks. You know, Kelly, I know now that Cruz confessed because he thought I was guilty. Why would he do that for me?
Because he loves you very, very much.
He loves you too, Kelly.
You trust Skylar, okay? He's good for you.
You're gonna be fine. Just fine.
Yeah, well, tell that to my chattering teeth, huh?
You scared?
Yep.
Well, just look at it like you're going into a room that's completely dark. And you can't find the light switch, but you know it's in there. But as soon as you turn the light switch on, the room will be full of light, and you'll see everything perfectly clear.
What if what I see is terrible?
What could be worse than not knowing what happened that night?
So you'll be with me in this dark room?
Every step of the way, no matter what you see.
Okay. I'm ready.
Okay. Let's sit. All right, BJ. Now, you remember that staircase we went down the last time? That beautiful, sturdy staircase? We're gonna walk down again, together. And we're gonna count the steps as we go. All right? Here we go now. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're safe. 5, 6.
AIDS has dramatically changed the way Americans live. On today's Donahue, audience members will talk about the impact the threat of AIDS has had on their sex lives. Watch as we see how this deadly disease has influenced our society today at 3 on 4.